Hey, what's going on, Ray? How are you, my friend?
Good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good. This first half of the first month of the year, it's got me energized, got me going. And, I'm hoping that energy is continuing with you and others and everyone we're trying to inspire.
Yeah,
It's
for sure.
it's 2 weeks in, man. Time to do a check-in. It's time to do a check-in. How are you feeling personally right now? 2 weeks after the new year, here we are joining everybody. We're trying to inspire. We're preaching. Hey, it's a new year, new energy. How are you feeling 2 weeks after the new year?
I'm doing good. Obviously, there's a lot of things that are going on for me that have some goals come mid year. So really just trying to stay on track with the training and everything, just getting, my boots wet and trying to, make sure that I get every training in. I don't want to fall behind because if I fall behind, it's one of those things where you're just going to be uh, suffering. But so come that event. So I don't know if you remember, I'm doing a triathlon,
Yeah,
my first triathlon.
amazing, amazing.
It's one of those things that's like, I'm honestly scared about it. It's just the fact that the reason I'm scared is because I'm just not prepared yet. Right.
Yeah,
So the more I prepare, I'm pretty sure, that fear or that intimidation will definitely drop down, to, you know, um, a level that I can bear. Right. I know it's going to be exciting. It's just one of those things where it's like, let's just be consistent. I've been doing exactly what I've been saying, and just I don't have to go, 1000%. I just have to do little increments every week. Just get myself there at this moment. I don't need to be doing subs, 10 miles on the run,
yeah,
or
yeah.
so it's just trying to get myself consistent with getting the miles in, getting the road right, the road miles in, and then trying to get that swim in as well. So yeah, it's just consistency at this point. I made a commitment to get to this goal. So, I think the easy part that I've been switching around is the fact that I'm trying to make it more my identity as opposed to making it more a process, right? So instead of making it like, oh, I got to get a triathlon done, or I got to get 2 miles in running, or 10 miles in
Yeah.
for a bike, or 500 meters for a swim in a week. um I just say I'm a triathlete right now. I'm a triathlete that actually has to do stuff, right? As opposed to I'm just Ray and I'm going to try this triathlon thing, and it's not part of my identity. So I probably might kind of let it go. But if I make it more like, hey, I'm actually a triathlete, I need to, do what triathletes do, and make it that part of my identity. So I've been having some success, just
Right.
thinking about it. So yeah.
Yeah. And then I love the fact that, I'm excited for what you're doing triathlon. I mean, again, we're still only 2 weeks in, so it's early and you've got that going on late spring, right? And
Yes.
I'll be out there cheering you on. I might be on a bike, I might be in a whatever it is. I'll spray you some gator if they allow us. I won't be in the water when you're going to the lake, but hey, you never know, man. Maybe I'll be droning it. But I would say right now, we're going through, there's a danger zone, right? We're in a danger zone right now for New Year's resolutions, right? Think
Yes.
about what we practiced when we were younger. Research often suggests that by the second, third week of the first month, which is January, we're in right now, the initial excitement wears off
Yes.
and old habits start to creep back in, right? That's the
Correct.
tough part. And some of the points that I would always say is the novelty fade versus discipline, right? Like
Mhm.
motivation gets you started, but then systems keep you going, right? Like here you
Exactly.
are 2 weeks ago, or people that are listening, 2 weeks ago, you were like, yeah, I want to do this energy. You're pumped up. But then now today you just have, Friday. It's Friday today. And this is where the real work continues and it begins is now the excitement's worn off. How do you continue to persevere through that? And you have to, right? You remind yourself, why did you start this journey to begin with, right, guys? It's to get a healthier, better version of yourself that you could do because, you want to change, right? Whether that's general wellness, health, mental, physical, you keep going after that, and there's the evaluation, right? I always tell people that I talked to one of the guys that I, help coach up. I'm like, yeah, reevaluating the all or nothing mentality. And the hard part about that, they're always extreme. And I like the energy, don't get me wrong, but I always tell people one slip up is a data point, but it's not getting defeated.
Right.
So that's
Yeah.
important. So, it's that mindset. Like if you get a flat tire, would you slash the other three? Of course you're not going to do that. So you keep the other three going, just fix the other tire. So it's not a complete failure. You know what I mean? So if you missed a goal yesterday, you didn't run, you didn't work out, hopefully you didn't eat that French fry, like, gosh, don't scrap the whole year today. Just get
Yeah.
back on the road. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I know I missed a few days because, I had some work related items that I need to get, had like a 3-day workshop. And, like, yeah, I wanted to work out or, get some time in. It's just, one, the amount of brain cells you need in that workshop and everything. By the time you're done, it was, an all day event. It was pretty taxing. It just felt like if I was going to push myself, I just would have gone backwards, and then waited another, couple days to kind of recover and then get back on it. I just figured, you know what, hey, it's okay. Just do another, just do something the next day. Right. It's not hard. It's just hard when you beat yourself up and you don't do anything again. So it just becomes
Right.
this, like, okay, I didn't get that done. Oh man, I feel bad about myself and not doing this. And you get in this, cycle of just trying to, give yourself excuses, a way out almost. And I didn't want to give myself an excuse. I just said, hey, look, it's all good. I'm not going to tally this as a failure. It's just a delay. That's all. Just
Right.
get back on there and, get my 2 miles, get my 10 miles in and work on it for the next one. And it's okay. Not a big deal.
And I think I like what you said earlier. Like you said, hey, you need enough brain cells, more brain cells, right?
Yeah.
You get overwhelmed. Everyone's schedule, everyone has a different schedule. A lot of people get overwhelmed. There's a lot of things going on. I always say shrink the goal, to stupid smart, right? If people are feeling, for example, overwhelmed, their goals might be too big for their current lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
And then if that's the case, choose consistency over intensity, right? So if your goal is to work out for an hour and you're failing, try 10 minutes, try
Yeah.
something less than that, right? Don't give up, get something instead of nothing, right? Like I always say, like, hey, I'm going to the gym and the most important thing is if I don't feel like going, let me get in the car, let me go walk through the door. If I'm walking through the door, I'm done. I'm going all full bore, right?
Right.
If I don't
Right.
want to be there, we have those days, right? And again, it's better to do that smaller amount. If you can't do an hour, just do 10 minutes of something. I would always say like just move the body. Then 1 hour. If you do, every 2 weeks, lower the bar so you could actually clear it, right? Don't set
Right.
such a high standard, build up,
Yes.
kind of like what you're doing training with the triathlon. And then finding your middle of January, the why, right? Because think about this, right? The why is you had December 31st, which is now a little bit distant 2 weeks ago, and reconnect with the feeling that you had at that time, right? Think of that. Was it a chore to do what you're doing now? If it is, keep reevaluating. Don't let it be a chore. You're thinking long-term health, wellness, right?
Right.
Remind yourself why you got started. Is it to feel more energetic for your family, for your kids, to finally feel more confident in your skin, to chase the feeling, not just a checkbox, right? Something to do list. But I would say, to me, think through that, guys. You don't quit. Don't, keep fighting. It is hard. Everyone's life schedule is different. And, the power of having the non-scale victories, right? I would just say, I always tell my folks, like, success isn't always like a number on a scale, right? A lot of people always jump on a scale or a dollar sign in the bank account, which again, we want to survive. But look for the subtle shifts in what we're doing: identity, health, wellness, right? And maybe, you haven't lost the weight yet, but did you choose water over soda? Well,
Right.
you're doing something different. Did you wake up on your first alarm or did you stay in? Those are wins. Focus on those small wins. Celebrate the person you're becoming because it's not just the results, not just the results you're getting. And like, you and I were talking, I was cracking up. I'm like, the other day I went in and got a triple hamburger patty at In-N-Out, wrapped in lettuce, grilled onions, no cheese, right? So it's pretty much protein. And then I remember I got like a small fry at In-N-Out. And then I was like, hey, I want to go. I'm not gonna eat the fry because the potatoes are that's just my trap.
Yeah, yeah.
I fail. Remember, I ate the protein salad, grilled onions, whatnot, no cheese. But I grabbed one potato. I'm like, smelt it. And I licked the salt. I bit into it. I didn't bite it, but I was like, that's it, I'm done. So I had very strong discipline, but it was so fucking hard. It
I
was
bet. I
fucking
bet.
hard as hell to not eat it. And yeah, one could say, well, won't just eat one? Because you know why? I owed it to myself and what I promised myself I would be disciplined to do.
Right.
So, I got another 2 weeks, 2 weeks in at the end of the month, February time, then, hey, maybe I will have that cheat thing, but it's training the body, building the callus.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I think a lot of times we define success with like, adding, right? Like add on like this extra thing, right? But really success is more, the subtraction of something, right? Like I look, maybe like I play a lot of chess online, right? And I was doing that constantly and it would take up a lot of my time. And I just came to a point where like I need to like scale back because it's consuming most of my time for like little gain, and I replaced that with running or the bikes or going for a swim. It seems little, but as you subtract things out of your life, you put more things in that you want, right? Same thing with the with a potato, right? Taking the potato out because you want to put more good stuff in your body. We're subtracting to gain, and that's what I think a lot of people sometimes miss is that they think that they have to add more things to their life when really what they need to do, take inventory and subtract more things than not. That
yeah,
way we have, we can fit in more things in our life that are probably more satisfying, more gratifying for us and more fulfilling for us.
yeah. And I would say, and don't hate on my potatoes. I would say the final encouragement for the folks, just as you're going 2 weeks in and you keep fighting is perseverance isn't a long race, guys, right? It's many short races, one after the other. So you don't have to conquer 2026 today, right? You don't have to conquer anything today. You just have to conquer the next hour, the next, day, the next week. And that's it, right? Just small steps and making sure that you stay consistent and you persevere. So yeah, that's our message to you guys today. Just keep fighting on and this was a check-in for the 2 weeks and, hey, we had our struggles, and stay away from the French fries like me. All right. All right, my friend. Thank you so much for joining. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. And, you know, till the next time.